Everything that I have for my 1985.
Look at this thing, guys.
So
wow.
You got pictures. Yeah, this one's still sealed in the plastic.
Man.
Your sales brochure.
85 was a good gear. It wasn't just because Marty went back to the future. I don't know if you've seen that. All right, so we're about to tear down this 85, and Matt, what's the exact tool I need to take this off? Isn't it what you have a Haynes manual to tell me that, right?
Haynes manuals are crap. You just need to use those as door stops or kindling to start a fire.
What? Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt. I'm back here at Fox Mustang Restoration, and we're doing sort of another kind of, it's not quite a how-to video, but it's going to help you with your how-tos. Got a very informational video for you today, and you can see I've got a lot of books and different things behind me, so I'm going to bring in my good friend Matt from Fox Mustang Restoration. So hey, how's it going, Matt?
Hey there.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yep. So we've got all kinds of, I see manuals and everything, and I see one key thing about all of them. They all say 1985. Which I know you like 1985 because you got
it's my favorite year.
Got that red T-top, you know. If you guys haven't seen that before, it's been on the channel. It's a pretty awesome car. He's still working on rebuilding it, but I think all these things on this table are going to help you somehow. What are we looking at here, Matt?
Yeah. So one of the most common questions we get over the through our business over the phone is, you know, how do I repair this? How do I do this? Where's this torque specification? How does this go in? And I always tell people the best information is always original Ford documentation. Now, obviously you can't buy this stuff from Ford, so the place that I get it from is usually eBay or dealerships that are closing down. Or a lot of dealerships don't even use these books anymore. Chances are you can go to the dealership near you, as long as it's an older dealership, and if they haven't already thrown them away, they may be willing to sell them to you.
If they've been around a long time, they might just have this stuff laying around.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Haynes and Chilton's about the only thing they're really good for is torque specs. Outside of that, it's just a lot of, it's like a lot of the informational videos that are out there. They're either wrong information, wrong techniques, or most of the time they miss information. They don't include everything. So
you know what's funny about that is I actually did try originally work on my FoxBody using those manuals.
Yeah.
And well, you saw how far I got seeing my car. So I didn't make it very far. So I believe you. I believe you. It's experience talking.
Yep, I got a little experience here. Here is everything that I have for my 1985. Everything you see here is original Ford printed documentation. And we're going to start over here. If you're trying to find a part number for your seat upholstery, we're going to open this book up. And this was a book that was sold to all of the upholstery shops. You know, your local upholstery shop would get one of these books. And
across the U.S. or? Across
the U.S., okay. Yeah. These are actually a worldwide supplier. It was Detroit Upholstery, I believe is what it's called.
Right.
So for this right here, this is the 1985 book, of course. So if you go look right here, you got Mustang LX. So you got the different, I believe this was the center or the seating surface material for the LXs, and it gives you the part number. And back in the day when they would have it, unfortunately they don't anymore, but when they would have it, you could call Detroit, give them this part number, and order the material by the yard. And the great thing is this is actually original Ford material.
Wow.
So we're gonna go.
Oh yeah, you
here.
can feel it. So it's soft.
So here's like for an 85 GT, you've got a light gray, the red piping, and the dark gray center. So this would be the part number for the light gray. This is the part number for the red stripe. And then we'll flip the page. And then here's the part number for the charcoal checkered center material. Yeah, go over here. For anybody who wants an Escort GT seat material, you got your two colors here.
Turbo GT at that.
There you go. Mustang SVO. There's the number for the SVO.
Oh, awesome. It's got the
material.
SVO. That's right. 84, 86.
And we
85.
come over here and you even get headliner materials. So here would be the cloth headliners. Of course, a lot of the foam's gone, so they've stapled it in to keep the samples there. But there's your different cloth headliners, and for T-top and sunroof cars, they use the vinyl headliner material. So here are the vinyl headliner material. And again, back in the day when it was available, you could use these part numbers to order it. Right now, it's nothing more than a cool reference point.
Yeah, but so it does. So we're in the Chevy part now. So this is for all Detroit.
Yeah,
basically.
Detroit would have. Yeah, this company would have offered the material for the three major domestic. Chrysler, GM, and Ford. You got a pigtail. You need a pigtail connector. You'll notice this book's a little bit older, but it still has a lot of the original pigtails from 1985. So you go, let's say you need a 3-wire connector. So you would just go to the 3-wire cavity, you open it up, and you would find...
Look, they all have 3 wires on.
And you just find the picture that matches, and there's the part number, and you can order your pigtail. There's an 85, I believe that's the ignition module plug. So, you know, that's still accurate.
Now, if you go to auto parts stores like AutoZone or Advance, can you still use these part numbers today? No. Okay.
This is Ford only part.
Ford parts.
Yeah, everything here is Ford only. None of it really goes to the aftermarket. Then you got, you know, other cool reference materials. Here's a Ford publication that was for how to fix leaks, adjust the convertible top, adjust the weather stripping, and how to install it. So you got the convertible book here. You got the T-top book here. A lot of great information. We do sell a reproduction of these, and I recommend them to anybody who's working on a T-top. This has the best information as far as how to adjust windows.
Oh, you sell a reproduction of this book?
Of both of these books.
Oh, okay.
These two books we sell reproductions of. This one actually is the reproduction. This is an original.
Okay.
Then if you're looking for part numbers, I've got original Ford microfiche.
Yeah, look at this thing, guys.
And it's something like every one of those little blurs is a whole page. There's something.
Wow.
Yeah, there's.
They might wonder how you could actually use this, but yeah, check this out, guys. He actually has one over here. It's pretty cool.
So each one of those little blurs will be. You focus it in.
Yeah, it actually comes up on camera too.
Yeah. So you got pictures, which is your exploded view, and then you can even go. Here's one. And then it also has everything for the part numbers. So you get your application, your year, and then you can find your part number.
Wow, that is pretty awesome, guys.
Yep. And of course, for most people are not going to have a microfiche machine.
No, I don't have one.
Here's a printed version of that. Okay. All the information on the microfiche.
Yeah, so get this. So it's, see how thick that is.
And this one all here, here's the thing. This book here, this has the pictures and the text.
Yeah.
This one is just the text.
Oh, it's only the text?
Okay. I have it. There's another book, which I actually don't have, but there will be another book as thick as this that's going to be the pictures as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So 2 books for everything's on here. So.
Right.
This was high tech in 1985.
It was, yeah. They've been used. I mean, I think microfiche has been used since the 50s,
yeah,
60s, something like that. It's been around for a while. Here's another great reference catalog. A lot of people are always asking me, you know, these little Ford, these weird clips and nuts and screws. Well, this is a, they call it standard part numbers. A standard part number is basically going to be a type of hardware. And this is a great book because you can go and you can see it has, it'll tell you the type and, well, it'll give a type number so you can identify it right here. So type. So everything on this list right here is type 1 will look like this bolt right here. And you can see this goes all the way over here just for those bolts. You get weird clips, it gives you dimensions. This is a great reference book for a restore, for someone who's trying to restore
completely get it back to original.
This is great information. This section right here, I believe, is the most valuable. This is the actual...
these 3 books, and these 2.
Well, a little bit more than that. And then we got your wiring diagrams. You got your vacuum and electrical troubleshooting manual. You got your specification books. Your TSB, which stands for Technical Service Bulletins. TSBs were usually after the production years ran. Ford will be working on the cars and a technician will notice that, hey, I keep seeing this car with the same problem. We need to issue a TSB. So if Ford agrees that this is a common problem on these cars.
The one I'm thinking of is salt and pepper shakers.
Yes.
That was a TSB, right?
Yeah, that was a TSB. That was an extension. They actually had problems with the salt and pepper shakers going together. They had the male and the female plugs made at 2 different companies, and they didn't match up properly. So a lot of times you would get cylinder misses or just that the connectors weren't making connection. Yeah. So that extension, they had the opposite company, or the companies make the correct opposite component.
Yeah, to actually make it work.
To make it work correctly and make connections. So that's
so if you've ever wondered why that salt and pepper shaker has the actual connector,
little extensions.
Yeah, that's why. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm actually going to throw in just a little clip of when I disconnected those on my intake.
But there you go.
I've got these 2 connectors here. I guess these are the salt and pepper shakers. I don't know. I've heard them called that. But anyway, yeah, you got to take these 2 off as well.
These books right here, I think, are the most valuable because this is where it comes back to, you know, how do I work on my car? How do I take this apart? What's the correct way? What's the torque specification? That's all here. This is what Ford printed to have their technicians work on their cars. It does not get better than this. So this book here alone, of course, it does all Fords for that year, but it does every 5 liter, which is obviously what's in the Mustangs.
Yeah.
So this is emissions and engine and electronics. That's all this book does here. You have 2 books for body, chassis, and electrical. You've got a maintenance book here. Then you got your TSB. You got your, this is the specification book, and then Ford would usually realize they left some stuff out, so you got to get the supplement specification book.
Yeah, right. Of course.
And this book is really great. You want torque specs, all the torque specs, all the way down to like the seat bolts.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, actually, seat and shoulder belt specifications. So it gives you the bolt size. Then right here, seat trim torque, it gives you the torque specs, where it's at, what the component is, the vehicle. So this is a great book to have just for basically working on the car. There's actually a section here, right here, gives you all, this is for the Crown Vic, but it gives you all of the bulb part numbers. You're
all the bulb part numbers.
Ashtray light, luggage compartment, glove box light. I mean, this is all the stuff that people ask, you know, what's that little bulb? What's that little part number? This is one of the few, examples. You can take these numbers to the parts store, and those are bulb part numbers.
Oh, really?
Those
Okay.
Bulb part numbers are universal. They're almost always, unless it's faded, it's going to be printed on the bulb. So that's a great little tip. If you ever wonder what bulb part number, just take it out and look at what's printed on the bulb, and that's typically going to be your number. This book is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, part of it, this is the pre-delivery. So whenever you would order, a dealership would get the car in from the factory. This is everything that the technicians would need to do to the car to get it prepped from the factory for the dealership lot or for the customer to pick up.
Okay, so it's dealer prep. This is exactly what they tell them to do.
Yeah,
wow.
they called it pre-delivery. Yep, all the breakdowns in there. This is
because I noticed
a lot more.
I saw
lifting points.
Oh yeah,
tells you lifting points.
So you do that right on the pinch welds with a big floor jack, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fold them right over. Correct ways to hook up a tow truck.
Wow.
There's a lot of tow truck drivers that don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I always get a flatbed.
Yeah, you know, wiper blade installation, all the type of stuff that would need to be done to the car prior to.
Because I've seen some cars that are low mileage that still haven't been dealer prepped, and basically what that means is they haven't gone through a process like this, right?
Right, that's correct. A lot of times it could be, you know, the guy has already been dealer prepped, and then he'll grab the stuff and put it back on afterwards. Because to get it like that, you have to specifically go and tell the dealership not to prep it. So it's pretty rare that you actually truly get that. But it's really cool to see that type of stuff. Wiring diagrams. I'm constantly asked about wiring diagrams. It doesn't get any better than this. So this is a good point. A lot of people think there's no computers in anything but 86 and up. And correct. Well, actually, yeah, the computers. The first one that I can think of, and I'm probably wrong, but the first one I can think of on the V8, I believe, is the 1983, and that was the CFI injection that used the computer. 1985 was the last year of the carburetor, but actually it used a computer, and it was mostly to control emissions and to control the AC.
See, a lot of people, I bet a lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That 85s actually did have a computer in them.
Right. So, you know, you go to the Mustang Capri, and then here's a breakdown, kind of like the glossary of you know, where to find the stuff within the schematics. But if we actually go to the schematics, these are the best wiring diagrams you could possibly find. This has everything. Not only does it give you a breakdown of the wires, like here's that little squiggle there is the fuse. This is a switch. It's the headlight switch. Here's the battery, the negative ground cable, the positive ground cable. Then it's going to the starter solenoid. And then what I love about this is not only do you get your basic wiring diagrams, if you come down here, it gives you a picture of the plug, what the plug looks like, the mating plug, and the color of the wires and the circuit number, so you can mate it up here. So here you got, you know, circuit 16, red with a light green stripe, and you can go down here and find the plug that matches that. This is just like really the pinnacle of technical information you could possibly get, and this is what I always recommend to people. Just, you know, if you're keeping the car and you're gonna be working on it yourself, you need this stuff. Stay away from the other manuals, stay away from a lot of the how-tos, a lot of them are incorrect. If you just want to be 100% correct, this is it. It doesn't get any better.
You don't have to guess, it's from the manufacturer.
Exactly.
So.
This is what Ford provided to the technicians to repair the cars when they were new and throughout their whole service life. So since 1985 is my favorite, you know, we covered all the technical information and parts. Well, I also have what the car would actually came with when it was brand new off of the lot. Little envelope here that you would get in the glove box when you bought the car new, and this would be everything that would come in it. You know, you got your maintenance and schedule log.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
when to change, your oil changes and dates,
so you can keep track of all that type of stuff, right? You got your operating guide, your owner's manual.
Wow, original owner's guide.
Yeah, you got your tire warranty information, your car warranty information. Here's a little pamphlet. A lot of times they would put it in this and then like hang it on the shifter or the radio knob. This you would get in a glove box, anything with a cassette. Yeah, this one's still sealed in the plastic.
Man, that's got to be worth some money there to seal up.
Maybe, but I don't know how many cassettes are worth money anymore. But,
let us know how much you want to pay for this, guys. But $1,000, contact me.
But yeah, so that would have been in every car with a cassette player.
What was actually on? Do you know? Like,
there's actually,
because I think I saw country. The word country. On
it's pop and soul, and then the other one I think is like country and maybe reggae. But when you open it up, there's for those of us who remember cassettes, there's a little fold out in there that gives you the list of everything.
That's pretty hilarious. Okay.
You got your sales brochure. And this is just the typical sales brochure. You'd go into the dealership, you're interested in the car, the salesman's going to give you this brochure. And it gives you kind of like the basics on all
the options too, right? Yeah, the features.
Yep, it gives you the options here.
Yeah. Oh wow, you break down, you can see the inside of the chassis and stuff.
Yep. There's
the SVO, 85.5. Wasn't that the really good gear for the SVO? I think,
yeah, that's they changed a lot of stuff in the half year and they upgraded it. One of the changes is they went to from the glass headlight to the plastic headlight. It was one of the
this is nice.
Major changes, yeah. And you got your GT information. I love these pictures.
Yeah, they look so good.
And the cool thing about these pictures, if you look over here, these are original 1985 dealership posters that hung in the dealership, and they used a lot of the same pictures.
Yeah, they did. Oh wow, check this out. And then you've got the EEC4. That's all more computer.
That was the computer system. Yeah.
So they control the emissions, even though it's carbureted.
All the power and efficiency of the EEC system here.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. And then and this is the drive ratios, like the rear end gears. Okay, cool.
Yeah, basically it's your powertrain combos. So you got what could you get with each engine and what could you get. What can the transmission that you can get with the engine and the rear end gears that were available and stuff like that. A lot of people have their original window sticker. These would hang in the driver's window typically. It would give you the breakdown of the prices for all the options. You can see this one here still has like the adhesive to where they would stick it to the window so you could see it. This piece right here, I've never seen any of these other than this one. This would hang in the driver's quarter window with just some more basic information. Again, you can see the adhesive and they would just peel it, stick it to the inside of the window so you could see it when you're on the outside of the car.
Wow.
So, but this is all my information for 1985. It is my favorite year, my favorite car, so that's why I have all this. But I went to get this information not just because it's cool, but because this is where all the information is to work on these cars correctly. This is where I learn the majority of my type of stuff. You just got to get in and read the manuals. But obviously, you need to know where to find it. So where can you find these? So eBay's the best place.
Well, 1985 was a good year. It wasn't just because Marty went back to the future. I don't know if you've seen that. If anybody is watching this and hasn't seen that, definitely check out that movie. I don't get paid for saying that, but it's an awesome movie. But yeah, very cool, Matt. I would like to have this for... Well, they don't make one for a 1993 Cobra clone, do they? Because that didn't exist. A lot of good information there. And Matt, thanks for showing it to us. So we've done videos like this in the past, more informational videos. Hope you guys like these. In fact, I think we've done enough now that I can actually do a playlist. So I'm going to stick a playlist of all of sort of our how-to videos and informational type videos for you guys if you just want to check those out. And I will link that down in the description below. But that's going to wrap this one up. We'll definitely have a lot more coming for you from Fox Mustang Restoration here in the future. So look for that. And yeah, thanks for checking the video out. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. And we will see you next time on Gearhead 704.